Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So you guys, I have another topic. I kind of want this to be like a part two to the video that I did yesterday, and I wanted to talk about, what to do when your child, or it could be like some of your kids or children, could be narcissists. Now, I know that this is something that could be very difficult and very confusing and very shocking, and could be devastating for some, if you could be dealing with a child that's a narcissist. Understand that it does happen, and it may not even be that, you were a narc or even other family members weren't narcs or whatever. But some way, somehow, it could turn out that that child becomes a narcissist one way or another. And you could be like, well, dang, what do I do now? Maybe you're not experienced with it. You don't know nothing about it. You could have came up in a good family background history or whatever the case was. But yes, it does happen, you guys. And you do just want to, be patient, try to, talk to your child, communicate with them, and see what's going on, if they're willing to communicate and be rational and stuff like that. But if you're having a difficult time, maybe the child is just being rebellious and the child is just always fighting and yelling and screaming, always trying to get their way, always trying to get your attention, and just really misbehaving and being disrespectful, then you do want to make sure that you can get a professional in there to assist in some way, whether, again, it's a therapist, it's a counselor, a coach, a trauma therapist, or, someone that can kind of help that child understand like what it is that they're doing, and how it's wrong. And, the good thing is, though, if they are like really young, between, the ages of like 9 and like 14 or so, then that child definitely does have the potential to change. So it's not to say, because we know usually generally they say narcissists don't change. Like grown adult narcissists don't change, absolutely not, unless there is a midlife crisis, or you know something happens to the narc and then they realize like, dang, yeah, like it's kind of like karma's catching up to them. But you guys always know that the narcissist will go back to their usual normal self. So don't think for a split second that that means that everything is, that the narcissist is normal. No, like, eventually they will go back into their toxic, unhealthy ways. But when it comes to a child, it's good that you can kind of get them support while they're young. And even if you're seeing the signs early on, you want to make sure that you deal with it right away and not wait and think like, oh, eventually they're going to change. Because children, they need role models, they need people that's gonna, they need to know, like, you care about them, and that you have good intentions and that you're supporting them, and they need to feel loved, liked, and appreciated, or whatever the case is. And if you can like try some way, somehow tell your child or convince them or whatever that the way that they're behaving is narcissistic and that it's unacceptable, and that we're going to get you some help, it's good. So but yeah, you definitely want to get a professional involved. Try not to maybe control them, but have them study narcissistic abuse. Have them learn about what it means to have empathy, what it learns to mean about having sympathy, and walking in another person's shoes, and being respectful and considerate to others, not doing things irrationally, or if they don't get their way, or if they don't get something that they want. Some kids or narcissistic children will lash out until they get it, or they might do something that is like mean or harsh, in hopes that they get your attention, and that eventually you'll say yes. So you just want to kind of keep that in mind, and just kind of make sure that you're paying attention to your children. But again, if you're dealing with a child that's a narcissist, understand that there is potential for change. There is hope for that child. So don't like give up on the child. Like, the child needs to know that you care, that, no matter what, you're going to be there. But at the end of the day, you do want to protect yourself, because you don't want, again, this child to be abusing you and criticizing you, or disrespecting you in your own house. And it's just like, you're the one that pays the bills. So you do just want to keep that in mind. But discipline accordingly. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but it's just now, me personally, like I said, I don't have children as of yet, but you just have to be careful of who your child is hanging out with. You just have to teach them healthy ways of relating with people, healthy behaviors, healthy friendships, healthy relationships, healthy communication, healthy interaction with people, and stuff like that. You have to get that child to trust themselves and to like themselves and to love themselves. Because a lot of times, again, the narcissistic children, they could have suffered from low self-esteem. A lot of them, they could have been bullied at school, or maybe they was taken advantage of in some way, or somebody talked down on them in a really bad way, and they took that on and they internalized that. And so that made them have they had a personality change, and help them to understand the benefits of, being normal, a healthy, honest, genuine person versus being toxic, unhealthy, negative, and condescending. Help them to understand that type of lifestyle, that negative lifestyle, how that can stifle their growth, and how it can keep them in complacency and make them depressed and, have anxiety all the time, or just very unproductive and very unconstructive in life, So, but yeah, just definitely reach out for help in regards to your child. Be there to support your child as much as possible. Like I said, you got to be stern. You got to have boundaries with your child. And at this point, you have to just make sure that that child is getting better. You don't want to force it. You got to see if the child really wants it. But like I said, the younger they are, the better, is a chance for them to change, and a chance for them to realize the error in their ways. And again, communicate with your child, talk to them, get to know them, find out what they like, find out what they don't like, find out where their personality change came in, what happened, who did it, who said it, and how we can fix it day by day. You don't want to overwhelm the child too much, but you just want to have an everyday, maybe it's a chat, or it's a talk, or maybe it's something that the child can improve on to help with their narcissistic tendencies, or communication, or collaboration with others, or empathy, sympathy, taking accountability for their actions, or, speaking up, talking, and sharing things with each other and stuff like that. But if you're dealing with this, try not to beat yourself up. It's not your fault, unless you could have had maybe the tendencies, or maybe, you might have grew up around narcissistic people, or had friends or family members that may have even influenced your child. Or again, it could have been maybe your child was around narcissistic people, whether it's in elementary school, middle school, high school, and stuff like that. But don't beat yourself up too much. It happens to the best of us. Only thing you can do is just hope that the child sees that being a narcissist is not a way to live. It's not a good life. It actually sucks. I'm sure any narcissists never admit to it, but they're not happy. We all know that, just based on how they treat normal people, And so, but yeah, you just want to make sure that you can help the child to correct their own behavior. And even if you have to step in, or get that mediator, or get that coach, that therapist, that counselor, and help them work on that inner child, help them work on their self-esteem, help them work on the codependencies, and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. I know that can be a tough thing to deal with, especially if you have one child that's a narc and maybe other ones aren't, or maybe all of your children might be narcissists. So that might be a lot to deal with. So definitely don't try to do it on your own. Definitely reach out for help, reach out for support. There's people out there that do want to help you. So don't feel afraid, don't feel ashamed, so. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I will see you all in the next video. And yeah, just practice you know, you have, like I said, you have to be the role model, you guys. You have to be the one to practice the healthy relating, healthy communication, healthy boundaries, and communicate. I don't know if I said that, I probably did, but yeah, communicative, and you know, just ways of teaching your children. You got to teach your children their like life skills to help them to be productive, progressive, and constructive. You know, it might even have to start young because, like I said, they may have been influenced or something. Because sometimes, and this before I go, something could have happened to a child, and maybe they may not have shared it with you, but you could see that maybe the child is depressed or the child is not acting right. They could be acting different, and maybe you don't say nothing because you're just so busy with life, you know, and then out of nowhere you notice like they become just, you know, arrogant or cocky or just inconsiderate or rude. Again, talk to your child so that way it doesn't develop into a personality disorder. So anyway, I love you guys, and till the next time, be sure that you do like, share, subscribe. I would love to know what was your takeaway, and till the next time, bye guys.